Mountain Storm. No one likes a tag-along, someone who follows you wherever you go. That's exactly how 16-year-old Todd Wilson felt as he headed up a winding trail in the beautiful Great Smoky Mountains National Park. His church youth group had been looking forward to this outing for weeks, but what Todd hadn't planned on was who his hiking partner would be. It wasn't his idea, and he lost no time in reminding his tag-along companion of that fact.
Come on. You've got to be the slowest hiker in the entire state of Tennessee. I've seen snails moving faster than you.
Hey, I'm sorry. You have long legs, mine short. Not so fast as you.
Well, try to keep up. I don't know what Mr. Adams was thinking when he stuck me with the new girl. It's best to hike in pairs, he said. Less dangerous. Well, now I can add much slower, too. I don't even remember your name.
Almira. My name is Almira.
Well, Almira, just because we're members of the same youth group doesn't mean I want to climb a mountain with you. Nothing personal, you understand. It's just that... never mind. Try to keep up. At this speed, we'll never get to the ranger station. We're already far behind everyone else.
I'm sorry. I try go faster. Can I ask you a question?
Can you walk and talk at the same time?
What is snail?
What is a snail?
My English not so good. I don't know that word.
A snail is a little animal that moves very, very slowly. Like you. I suppose they don't have snails where you come from. Wherever that is.
Syria. I come from Syria.
That's Middle East Syria, right?
Yes. You know my country?
Just what I thought. My hiking partner is a slow terrorist. My dad says you can't trust anyone from the Middle East. Gotta watch him every minute, so don't try anything.
I'm not terrorist.
Well, I'm keeping my eye on you anyway. Stop asking stupid questions and keep moving. I hate being last.
Maybe if you walk just a little slower.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
And so it went for the next hour. Todd would complain, and Elmira would struggle to keep pace with her frustrated hiking partner. Most of the time, they walked in silence over the rocky trail, surrounded by the sounds of the forest and the moan of the wind moving through the colorful late autumn leaves. But what was supposed to be a leisurely afternoon hike was about to change.
Can I ask you another question?
No.
That tree over there, the one with twisted limb?
What about it?
Don't we see it before? Maybe 2 times.
You're dreaming.
And stream down below. Same tree, same stream. We come here before.
Now you're a hiking expert?
I know we come here before. I think we lost.
We're not lost. I told you a half hour ago. We're taking a shortcut.
Well, this shortcut is making big circle. Maybe we stay here so someone find us.
Don't you know anything? When you're lost, you're not supposed to stop. You're supposed to keep moving until you find help.
That not sound right.
Well, never mind. We don't need help because we're not lost.
Todd, I think it's going to rain.
The clouds are way, way off. It's not going to rain. Okay, maybe just a little. Okay, maybe a lot, but we're not lost.
Maybe we find a place to stay dry?
Well, I guess we could if it would make you feel better. Some mountain climber you are. Can't even stand a tiny rain shower.
Look, over there. See that log? It fall against rocks. Room underneath.
Yeah, okay. I suppose we could give it a try.
It's like a little cave under here.
Great. Perfect. Except now that we're under the log, in our little cave, as you call it, nobody can see us.
Maybe if you take red hat off and put on branches, someone will see if they walk by. Then we wait here until they come.
Fine. There. My hat is on a branch. Getting very wet. Happy now?
Not happy, but more dry than standing in rain.
And that's where they sat, sheltered by a large fallen log as an autumn storm pounded the surrounding forest and mountain meadows. Meanwhile, in another area of the park, Mr. Adams, youth director at Todd and Elmira's church, stood on the covered balcony of the ranger station watching the downpour with a growing sense of dread.
They should be here by now.
Ooh.
2 members of our hiking group. Say, you're the ranger here. Are there any particular dangers along the trail between here and park headquarters that I should know about?
Any trail is dangerous if you're not careful. The rain probably just slowed them down. Besides, they're teenagers. Maybe they're just too busy enjoying each other's company.
Todd and Elmira? If it was anybody else, maybe, but not those 2. Listen, I'm going to head back down the mountain with my group. The main trail is in good condition, even though it's raining. If our 2 stragglers show up, call me on my cell.
Afraid I can't do that, Fred. There's one thing Mother Nature forgot to install around here. Cell phone towers. But we do have a landline.
Okay, I'll check back with you when I get to the park headquarters. Let me have your number.
The rain that afternoon not only brought rivers of water from the sky, it ushered in a blast of very cold air and lowered the temperature considerably, leaving the 2 missing hikers huddled together for warmth in their makeshift shelter under the fallen log. But the cold wasn't their only problem.
Todd,
What now?
you have food?
I have an apple in my coat pocket, but I'm saving it.
For when?
For when I get to the ranger station.
Todd,
What?
maybe we could eat apple now. We need food so our body keep warm.
We?
I didn't bring apple and I'm very hungry and...
You are such a bother. First you slow me down, then you make me stop. And now you want to eat the only food I have.
Not all. You have half and I have half.
You're letting me eat half of my own apple? You're so kind.
You need energy too, so you can save us.
Well, okay, here. I'll take a bite. And you take a bite.
Okay,
We'll share. But you'll have to eat it fast. I don't want any wild boars to smell the food.
wild boars. What is wild boars?
They're like angry pigs. I hear there are a lot of them in the Smoky Mountains. They can smell food a mile away.
These angry pigs, they hurt you?
They can. They can bite off your foot. They're really dangerous.
Where they live?
In caves, in bushes, under fallen logs.
Like in here?
Sure. This would be a great den for a wild
Todd,
What?
did you hear that noise?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Can angry pigs climb trees?
No.
Then maybe we climb trees?
Follow me. Come on. Take my hand. I'll lift you up.
I can't.
Just put your foot on that limb and climb. Come on.
Is this high enough?
No, higher. Let's go up to that big limb. We'll be safe up there.
Help! I'm slipping!
Just hold on to my hand. I won't let you fall. Haven't you ever climbed a tree before?
It's hard to climb.
Well, keep trying.
I'm trying.
There. This should be okay. I don't feel like dragging you any higher.
That's hard.
Maybe for a girl.
Todd,
Now what?
I'm very cold.
Yeah? Well, me too. Look, my canvas coat is thick and heavy. I guess I could take it off and put it over both of us.
You do that for me?
That's what we Americans do. We help people. Here, we can sit under it like we're in a tent.
Yes, this much better. Thank you, Todd.
Well, even though you got us into this mess, Mr. Adams would be very upset if I didn't do something to protect you, so sit still, and maybe we won't fall out of this tree to our death.
As the 2 hikers sat in their lofty perch, listening to the rain pound out a steady rhythm on Todd's big canvas coat, night crept into the forest and valleys and covered the mountains with a dark, wet blanket. Blustery winds blew, stripping the last of the autumn leaves from the trees and sending forest creatures large and small scurrying for the safety of deep underground sanctuaries. But Todd and Elmira weren't the only ones developing a deep dread in their hearts.
Hello, John Wilson here.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Mr. Adams from church. Has your son Todd checked in with you in the last few hours?
No, is something wrong?
Well, we're not sure. He and his hiking partner got separated from the group earlier today, and, well, we haven't heard from them since the middle of the afternoon. I was hoping he'd make contact with you.
What do you mean, separated? He was your responsibility, Mr. Adams.
I know that, and we're doing our best to figure out what happened. He and Elmira were last seen on the trail just south of...
Elmira? Elmira Hasso?
Yes.
You left my son in the company of that foreigner?
I can assure you, Mr. Wilson, that...
Don't you know who she is?
Yes, she's...
If anything happens to my son, I will hold you personally responsible. Do you understand me? I'm coming up there to join the search. I'll meet you at the park headquarters.
Mr. Wilson, I assure you that...
Can I ask you a question?
What now?
Why you hate me?
I don't hate you. I just don't trust you. You're not like me.
I'm not in tree in the forest, sitting on limbs so angry pigs won't eat me.
Well, that much we have in common.
I'm not hungry and scared and wondering what my mother and father are thinking. I'm not wishing I home eating hummus and flat bread, sitting by warm fire.
There! That proves it. We're different.
How?
I don't eat hummus and flatbread. I don't even know what those things are.
I think you just don't want to say we are same.
We're not the same.
How?
I don't hurt people. I don't blow up innocent women and children in a busy marketplace. I don't kill soldiers. Soldiers like my brother. He died, you know. He died because a terrorist, a girl, set off a bomb under his army truck. So no, we're not the same. I don't do those things.
And I do? My father is doctor. My mother is school teacher. I just Almira. I just girl from Syria.
So why did you leave Syria? That's where you belong.
We left because...
Because for all I know, you wanted to join an underground terrorist cell. So just stop talking, and stop asking stupid questions, and stop bothering me. We're stuck here in this tree, so you may as well be quiet and leave me alone.
Todd, I'm sorry.
For what?
For your brother.
Just leave me alone, okay?
As the hours dragged by and the cold night deepened around them, Todd and Elmira sat in silence, each lost in thought while trying to remain steady on their lofty perch. Todd remembered the smiling face of his older brother, how cool he'd looked in his new uniform, and how eager he was to defend America from the dangerous threats taking shape in countries he'd never heard of. Now his brother was gone, and the empty place left in Todd's heart was almost more than he could bear. He also knew that by now his parents would be beside themselves, wondering where he was and if he was safe, wondering if he had met with some tragedy, just like his brother had.
Mr. Adams?
Oh, Mr. Wilson, I'm surprised
Never
to-
mind all that. What's the latest?
Mr. Wilson, you really didn't need to come up here. The Rangers have organized a search team, and they're
This
out...
is my son we're talking about, and I want to know what's being done to find him. Besides, what right did you have to pair him up with that foreigner?
Elmira Hasso? But she's just a girl.
You don't understand. My oldest son was killed by someone just like her, just a girl, as you put it, a girl with a bomb. Now you're putting Todd in the same danger.
Oh, I doubt that he is in any danger, Mr. Wilson. Elmira
Hasso may seem like a sweet young girl, but with those people, you just never know. And I hold you personally responsible for what happens to my son. Now show me on the map where they're searching and what's being done to find him.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Wilson. Elmira...
The map. Show me where they're searching.
Well, okay. They began here about an hour ago and are heading up toward Lawson Peak. Then they'll fan out from there.
Amira, do you hear that?
What?
The rain, the hard wind, they've stopped.
Yes, but cold not stop.
Maybe we should go back down to the forest floor and crawl back under the fallen log again. It should be warmer under there.
What about angry pigs?
They're probably sleeping by now. At least, I hope they are. Besides, we don't have any more food to attract them, so we should be okay.
The two very sore, cold, and tired hikers slid down the trunk of the tree and groped their way in the darkness to the fallen log. They scooped up fallen leaves as they went, and once they were inside their shelter, they sealed the entrance with the wet leaves. They wrapped Todd's coat snugly about them, and once they were settled, Elmira began whispering softly to herself.
Did you say something?
No, not to you.
Not to me. Who else would you be talking to?
God.
God?
Yes, I talk to him every day.
You pray?
Of course. Don't you?
Well, yes, in church and sometimes at home. But my dad says God doesn't listen to what you say. If he did, my brother wouldn't...
God hears. Just sometimes we don't see answer. And sometimes we don't let him do what he wants to do. But I'm not asking for anything now. I just thank him.
Thank him? For what?
Oh, for nice place here, under log. More dry place, not so cold. For half apple you share with me. For no angry pig to eat me, and for you. I thank God you here to help me when I'm lost.
We're not lost. We're just not where we should be.
Then I thank God we are somewhere, even if we not know where.
Well, be my guest, and I suppose you can give him my thanks too. It could be worse, I guess.
There, in the darkness, huddled in their little cave under the fallen log, Elmira silently prayed a prayer of thanksgiving, telling the God she loved all the reasons why she was content to be right where she was. It was a prayer that she and her family had whispered many times. Then, with a sigh, she pressed her tired shoulders and back against the rock, tucked Todd's coat under her chin, and fell fast asleep, confident in the fact that even though no one else knew where they were, God did. Sometimes, she'd learned, that was all that mattered. Todd finally drifted off as well, and after a somewhat fitful night on his part,
Oh, boy, am I ever stiff and sore and
cold?
Yeah, that too.
But your coat, it keep us from freezing, even if we still lost.
We're not lost.
Todd, it is morning. It is so dark.
I heard a crow. Crows don't caw at night. Let me kick the leaves away. Wow, the leaves are icy, and it's bright outside. Look, our log got covered up with...
Snow! Snow came down last night while we sleep.
Yeah, look out there. Everything is white. Listen, I hear motors, like dirt bikes or something. Hey, they're looking for us. They're looking for us. We've got to get out and signal them, or they'll never find us under this log.
Yes, we get... Ah!
What's the matter, Elmira? Are you okay?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, in morning my legs hurt, but I be okay.
What do you mean your legs hurt? Did they get frostbitten? Did the cold hurt them?
No, it's from before.
Here, I'll help you.
No. It's okay. I be okay.
Wait a minute. I can see your ankles. Your skin is all rough and ragged there. Is that what's hurting you?
Just go outside and find people who search for us.
No. I want to know what happened to your legs.
It happened from before.
When before?
3 years ago.
What? What happened? Tell me. Why do your legs look like that?
There was big explosion in my village on market day. Many people die.
And your legs?
My friend and me, we were in market playing when explosion came. I got burned by fire. I couldn't run away.
This explosion, what caused it?
A bomb.
A bomb?
Someone make big bomb.
Who? Who would do that?
Terrorist make bomb.
Oh, Almira, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
It okay. I can walk, but not fast. When I wake up from sleep, my legs hurt bad. But I lucky. Many people die. My friend die. I'm very lucky.
Well, you stay right there, Almira. I'll go find someone to save us. Those dirt bikes are getting closer. I'll be back, okay? And I'm sorry I got us lost.
We're not lost. We're just not where we should be.
Todd! Todd, are you here?
Dad? Dad! We're here, right here!
Oh, Todd, son, are you okay?
We are now.
I was so worried.
Dad, I'm so glad to see you. How did you know we were here?
I almost went on past, but I saw your red cap. A little of it was peeking out from under the snow on this bush.
Oh, the cap! That was an idea that Almira...
Almira? I'm sure she was a big help.
Dad, Almira is my hiking partner, and she...
Why do you think I was so worried? You know where she's from, right?
It's not like that, Dad. She's okay. I mean, she's not dangerous or anything, but she's been hurt, and...
I'm sure they'll have a doctor look at her.
No, Dad, you don't understand. She was hurt before, back in her country, in Syria. Anyway, we've got to help her out from our shelter, there, under the log. And then we've got to take it nice and slow, or her legs will hurt. But she's pretty smart. Like I said, it was her idea to put my hat on the branches. Then we ate my apple and thought the wild boars would come. So she said we should climb up in a tree, which turned out to be a pretty good idea. Except we got cold, so we came back down here to this log, and then it snowed while we were sleeping.
It was a very different Todd Wilson who left the forest that morning from the one who had started hiking the day before. He had learned a valuable lesson from someone totally unexpected, someone he initially disliked only because he didn't know her or her story. Everyone knows pain, he learned. Everyone has been a victim of hate and injustice, perhaps even someone from another country who walks beside you on a mountain trail. From that moment on, Todd looked at people differently, and whenever he saw Elmira at church or in town, he quickly smiled and waved. She no longer was the girl from Syria. She was, and always would be, his friend.